in the middle of winter, you go outside, it's 100 degrees. Anyone got hat and scarf? Is it Tommy Sugiarto?
On day one of the Thomas Cup in Delhi in India, things went mainly to plan for the big guns on display. Lee Chong-wei and Jano Jorgensen, the world #1 and 3 ranked players, helped their respective countries to opening day wins, Denmark overcoming Hong Kong, Malaysia beating India. The fans of the host nation had little to cheer into Guru's side that saw off Darren Liu in the final rubber. And with Matthias Bo out injured, it's down to the Danish Mads to lead the way in the men's doubles, and they didn't disappoint. A very good morning. It's day 2 of the Thomas and Uber Cup, coming from the Siri Fort Sports Complex in Delhi in India, an auditorium that hosted the Commonwealth Games back in 2010. So day 1 done and dusted. Our first offering today is the Thomas Cup Group A clash, as Indonesia take on Singapore, Thailand and Nigeria also in this group. Waiting for most of the fans to turn up on this early Monday morning start, but those that do turn up have got a lot to look forward to. There's a good win yesterday for the English girls. Their victory over Chinese Taipei in the Uber Cup, so they're relaxed as they watch their men counterparts today in the Thomas Cup. But our focus, of course, is on Indonesia and Singapore.
Shows as they launch into their respective tours.
Russians lost in their Thomas Cup yesterday, despite offering a good start in the men's singles. The Singapore team just getting some last messages through. They're very relaxed, aren't they, in the Indonesia camp? Well, let's see who they've got on offer. Well, Indonesia, of course, favourites to come through. World number 5, Tommy Sugiarto, out first against Singapore's leading player, Derek Wong. Wong in action later as well in the men's doubles alongside Terry He in match 4 against Saputra and Pratama. The world number 1 pair of Muhammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan taking on the recent winner in Malaysia, Krisnanta and Triachard. And the informed Simon Santoso completes a strong-looking Indonesian lineup in match number 5. I'm Richard Kaufman, alongside former Denmark player Jim Laugerson. And Jim, we saw yesterday, you can never take things for granted, but you'd think the Singapore girls here will be cheering on their male counterparts. They should have plenty to cheer about.
Yeah. We saw yesterday Denmark got off to a good lead with 2-0, but then suddenly things changed. So it's really to take the points as quick as possible, and I think that's what we're going to see Indonesia try to do here. Show a good performance to start with and keep that momentum for the rest of the tournament.
Just waiting for the players to arrive. Of course, Singapore here. They're in their first Thomas Cup for 28 years and only the second time ever, so it really is a picture moment, isn't it, for their team. It's been a long time in coming, and it's great news for them that they're not only here in the Thomas Cup, but as we can see with the girls here as well in the Uber Cup too. It's the first time they've actually had the Thomas Cup and the Uber Cup represented in the same year, and of course this is a tournament that dates back, the Thomas Cup, to the 1940s. Tommy Sugiarto leading them out, Derek Wong behind them, and these are two players looking to emulate their fathers, really, and just by playing, Derek Wong here does that. His dad played the only other time Singapore played in the Thomas Cup, and of course Tommy's father Ichuk was part of a winning Thomas Cup side.
Yeah, and a world champion, so he's got a lot of things to live up to. But he's been going well for the last 2 years. He really has developed a lot, and we're interesting to see him here. I think last year we saw him play the first singles for Indonesia, and it seems like he's trying to step out of Taufik's shadow.
But it's interesting, isn't it, that there are two players here whose fathers have achieved already what they would like to achieve. Of course, for Derek Wong, he gets to emulate what his dad did 28 years ago. Obviously, the tougher task is for Ichuk's son here, Tommy.
That's going to be tough. Especially when Lin Dan and Lee Chung Wei is playing at the same time.
Service.
Umpire there, Marcel Schmidt, just going through the usual pre-match shenanigans. Toss of a coin, who's going to serve, who's going to be down which end.
Yeah.
But we got two players here who have met many times actually in previous meetings. 25 years of age now, Tommy Sugiarto, world number 5. As you can see, not much of a win-loss ratio in 2014. That's because he hasn't played since getting injured in the first round of the All England Championship in Birmingham back in March. So a real first test of his foot injury here for Sugiarto. He says it's completely healed, but it's taken a little while for it to get moving properly. But he has performed well prior to that. Had a couple of finals in December and January, only losing to Lee Chong Wei, so he was in good form but he's hardly played since reaching those Super Series finals and the Malaysian Open final. As for Derek Wong, well, world ranked number 41. As you can see, he had more action than his opponent. No injury woes for him. Had an excellent win against Hans Christian Wittinghaus in the first round of the Singapore Open, lost in the last 16 there. Beaten by a certain Lin Dan in the quarterfinals of the China Masters. He did win last year in his homeland and competed at the 2012 Olympics. So a very experienced player, and absolutely delighted that he has qualified for the first time for the Thomas Cup. It's a match you expect Tommy Sugiarto to win, even though Derek Wong has the experience and obviously will be up for this big time.
Yeah, he's the clear favorite here, and not only that, there's always been some special karma about the Indonesian Thomas Cup team. They're always performing really well when they're together. The team spirit and them playing for their country, and it's just giving them that extra edge. So yeah, he should win this one.
Well, the team manager of Indonesia, Christian Hadinati, he thinks that they have the ability to actually win this Thomas Cup. Do you think that's brave talking?
Yeah, well, I've said it to you as well. I think they do. They have good singles. They have good, they don't have the Lindans in the team, but it's a very solid team. They have the best doubles there is, and Simon Santosa coming back in good form. That gives hope.
Yeah, it's not a bad third singles man to have, is it? He won the last Super
But the
Series
problem
event.
is that Lin Dan is playing third single as well. So in that case, it's a little bit unlucky for them.
Well, although Simon Santosa against Lin Dan, I mean, he beat Lee Chong Wei a few weeks ago in the Singapore Open.
True. I didn't say he couldn't win, but it is Lin Dan.
True. Who hasn't lost for over a year.
Yeah, so it's difficult for me to sit here and say he's favourite for that one.
Well, we'll see whether it comes to that. There is our umpire who we saw earlier doing the coin toss, Marcel Schmidt, and it's the Australian service judge is Kelly Hawke. Indonesia looking to end a decade-long title drought. They haven't won since 2002 Thomas Cup. They've never finished outside the top four until 2 years ago when they lost in the quarterfinals in Wuhan in China. And here
Ladies
they
and
start.
gentlemen, on my right, Singapore represented by Derek Wong. And on my left, Indonesia represented by Tommy Sugiarto. Singapore to serve Lavol. Play.
Well, no one's won the Thomas Cup more times than Indonesia. And as we've been suggesting, maybe some belief that they can win back that title here this week. But Derek Wong opens up his shoulders and produces a winning smash to take the first point for Singapore.
Good start.
I was going to say almost a very good start, but he missed a good opportunity there. It's been a good start, hasn't it, to this match?
Both players very aggressive. So Tommy's the more all-round player than Derek is. He's very attacking.
I'm sure their respective fathers are watching Ichuk, of course, Tommy's dad, and Wong Shun Kiat, Derek Wong's father. Probably proud to see their sons out there. Of course, it's not the first time Tommy's played in this competition. That's just wide from Derek Wong.
4-1.
Yeah, but for many years it looked like Tommy was, he didn't really develop as fast as some Indonesia thought he would be. But in the last 2 years, it's gone the right way. He was actually training in Europe at some point. But
he's only 25, isn't he? But he's kind of a veteran. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time, and it's, as I said, it all started when
6-1.
he was kind of selected. I can't remember if it was Sudirman, last Sudirman or last Summers Cup, but he got selected as the first single. From there on, he got a lot of confidence, and got some good wins on his belt, and that's just, left him as a better player.
Yeah, he was a World Junior silver medalist in 2006, played the first Thomas Cup in 2008, so he was there as a teenager with much promise. It didn't really fulfill it early on, but as you say, starting to mature now. Kind of for badminton players, 25 is when you really should be around your peak.
Yeah, you should hit the peak around then.
Light player.
Derek Wong serving there.
2-6.
Tommy Sugiyato wasn't quite ready. He did have his hand up, but of course, when you haven't played competitive badminton for a couple of months, I mean, you've been training, you know, your foot's reliable, but until you're actually playing what I call a proper match, you haven't really put it through the full test, have you?
No. But in this case, you can say he's 25, so it's a little bit easier for him than an 18-year-old guy who comes out and been away for a long time. But so far, he's been looking really solid. Oh, fantastic cut.
That point looked very solid, didn't
it? And of course, he's been looking forward to this, as all Indonesian players are.
In some respect, sorry, Jim, I was going to say, in some respect, though, the fact that he hasn't played since March, he's going to be really fresh.
Oh, yeah.
You know, his total focus the last few months was to be ready for this week.
For the Thomas Cup. Yeah. So he's also probably very anxious to get out there and show everybody that he's ready. And he has the tough job on the team playing the first single, so he knows if he at the deciding games could pull an offset. And let's say China, for example, then Indonesia is in a good situation with the men's doubles they have. Oh.
Well, it's more like what Derek Wong wants to see. Lovely angled smash.
4-10. Service over, 11-4 interval.
So excellent start for the world number 5, Tommy Sugiyato, dominating the early proceedings here at the Serie 4 Sports Complex. He leads Derek Wong by 11 points to 4. Flashes, wasn't there, from Derek Wong of some really nice smashes, but it did look like a golfing pass between the two.
It looks like he's the tempo that Tom has come out with, the good all-around game with tempo, and it looks like it's difficult to cope for Wong, who can't get it when he's with his power smash. So.
11-4. play.
Well, you heard it from the umpire there. Pretty good lead established already by Tommy Sugiharu. He looks really quick, doesn't he, on the court?
High tempo. Oh, well played.
Service over.
But I was saying, he was saying
5-11.
that, you know, in the build-up, maybe his feet and his legs weren't moving as quick as he'd like, but they looked to be pretty speedy to me.
If they can be faster than that, he's going to have a very good tournament.
Oh, that's...
Service over. 12-5.
7-point lead.
But you can see that
13,
Wong is
5.
having difficulty coping with the tempo, and he's just being forced to take chances. With chances come mistakes. So
Service over. 6-13.
They have met 3 times previously, these two players. All 3, that's just wide from Sugiharu, not by much, mind you. He thought about a challenge there, but decided against it. I'm saying all 3 have been won by Tommy Sugiharu. The last was in Indonesia in September, 21-14, 21-19.
Service over.
Sugiharu won, and the way things are going here, you would be surprised to see a similar kind of scoreline.
nah, I think we're going to have to probably expect that Tommy's going to take this one. The only thing that I can say is, of course, we have to remember that Wong is standing on the side with, oh, well played. Standing on the side where he has the drift against him, and that should be, you know, he should be using that more. Right now he's attacking all the time. He's not using the backcourt so he can force Tommy. So he's not really playing to what can you say, taking advantage of that.
Thank you.
Okay, and we saw from yesterday, it does make a big difference, doesn't it?
It does make a bit. It's from where we're sitting, it's going in Wong's direction, and then it's going from left to right, the drift, and therefore it doesn't really help him that he's attacking that much. He should use the backcourt a bit more.
9-14.
Now, I know what's happened this time yesterday. The Indonesian ladies were playing, and they had a lot of support, didn't they?
Yeah.
Crowd, noisy, flags flying, all sorts. They haven't turned up this morning. I think they've overslept.
Yeah. It's not normal for Indonesia not to have supporters.
The alarm must have not gone off.
Yeah.
Well, they had a heavy.
Or maybe they're at work.
Maybe, yeah. It was a Sunday yesterday, of course.
That's good flick serve. Good rally.
Slice of luck for Sugiharu, as you say, Jim. That really was a good rally to watch, wasn't it?
Both of them playing at a very high pace. Good defense by Tommy.
17-9.
That's where Derek, he has to be very careful not to open up too soon. Maybe he needs to get a little bit more patience in his attacking game. You can see Tommy's using it against him. He doesn't really care how hard he hits it, he's going to get it anyway. So he needs to bring some more variation from the backcourt, or Tommy's just going to be settling down in his defense and controlling the match. And that's the drift from left to right.
Service over. 10-18.
Just wide, but that he did there what you were saying he should do. There was a nice variation from him.
And it was the right opportunity to hit hard on. The build-up was really good. So and that's something the coach has to see, and then maybe talk to Derek in the break. That's the plan from now on. But he's going to have difficulty with it because he's going to come on the other side now where he can't really use the backboard. So, and of course Tommy knows that, and we'll just go forward.
So 10 game points for Tommy Sugiyato here. One save,
Service
rather
over.
emphatically.
11-20.
Just long, questioning look from Derek Wong. I think he thought about a challenge as well, but no need for Hawkeye in the opening game. Tommy Sugiyato wrapping things up in a rather impressive fashion, hasn't he? Taking the opening game 21 points to 11. So halfway to getting Indonesia on the board here, Tommy Sugiyato. And he's certainly shown no rustiness, has he, in the fact that he hasn't played competitively since that All England Championship.
No, he's actually looking really good. Moving well, not making any mistakes, and he's keeping a high pace, which is very important.
And singles coach Joko Supriyanto, who was part of the Thomas Cup winning team in 1996 in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
I think you know about.
To him.
I was going to say, I think you know about that one, Jim.
Yeah.
You didn't play against him though, did you?
No, I didn't play. Thank God, because he was really good. Nah, he played against Poleg Høyer Larsen. He was really playing well at that moment. So fantastic at the net.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
It's a tough task ahead now for Derek Wong in this second game.
Second game, love all. Play.
So Tommy Sugiyato looking to try and see this game through in straight games, but
what a nice save by Derek there.
Yeah.
Service over.
On the first point of the first game as well.
fantastic.
Well, he played exemplary badminton, didn't he, in that rally, Derek Wong? And that's, if he can keep producing that kind of quality, he's
and
got
there
a
you also
chance.
see the last end here. He kind of cuts the smash instead of hitting hard on it, and that's the variation he needs to have to get through Tommy's defense. So it's a good start for Derek here in the second set.
An excellent start here for Wong. 4-1 now, the lead in this second game, and that's the drift.
Service over. 2-4.
We'll be playing in the men's doubles later as well for Derek Wong.
That's not the way he's supposed to play. He has to have patience there. And of course, that's one of the things that you can see. That's a big advantage for teams like Indonesia and China and Denmark, that you have good doubles and you have good singles. You know, Tommy can go in against Derek, and he knows that Derek has to play a men's double as well. So even though that doesn't look like that, he should lose this one, Tommy. He can make it, you know, a very, very long match, and that's gonna be almost impossible for Derek to do something in the men's double then. Good work.
Service over. 5-4.
Much. Well, he's looking. Derek Wong. I don't know why. If he really, I mean, you got two challenges. If that was me, I'd just have a look.
Yeah. If you feel that there's something, you know, if you feel the call is wrong, take the challenge.
You still got one left as well. I mean,
let's say that he loses this one 21-19, you know, and is left with a challenge. That would be not a wise choice. Let's put it that way.
But of course, the players have got to get used to the tactic of using the challenge
There's
as
no
well.
point of him standing there and looking and thinking, oh, what? Is that out? You know, just take the challenge then. That's what it's there for.
But I'm saying for the players, it's a new thing, you know.
Yeah.
Especially for Derek, he's not playing all the... That's a wonderful shot, isn't it?
Fantastic shot.
But he's not playing all the Super Series events as well, so it's a very new thing for him.
It is, yeah. Oh, he should have taken the challenge there, maybe.
Again, he looked a little questionable, didn't he?
Very good rallies.
Because in tennis, they have kind of learned the tactic of when to use the challenge and when not to.
Yes.
Because it is important, you know.
It's very important. It's 8-6 now. If he had taken those two challenges, where he might could have won the challenges, though, he would have been up 8-6, and that makes a huge difference for him. Right now.
It's always nice though to keep one in the bank just in case.
Yeah, but he would have had that. Let's say he would have won one of them, he would still have had one. But it's just the players are not really used to it yet. I think players are afraid of over-challenging.
It'll be interesting to see how when the tournament, the week goes on, and there's going to be there is going to be a controversial call or two, especially in some of the knockout matches, and they will become have a crucial part to play, I'm sure.
8. Service over. 9-7.
Won his first Super Series title last year in Singapore, did Tommy Sugiyato.
Service over. 8-9.
Oh, wonderful. He almost got to it as well, Tommy Sugiyato. Had no right to, but wonderful recovery as well from Derek Wong.
He was cutting so much that the shuttle broke. It's a very hard cut by Tommy. There you see the feather falls off. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a good start in terms of this opening match in this clash. No dispute over the change of shuttle
9
there.
all.
Oh, unlucky. Really, really fast.
Service over. 10-9. Service over. 10-all. Interval.
Well, it was a pretty one-sided affair, wasn't it, in the opening game, but things have got a little tighter in the second. Derek Wong showing some good resistance here, and he actually leads at the interval. Even though he's a game down, he leads 11-10. Good variation, some really well fought points in this second game between these two players.
20 seconds. On court. Thank you.
So can Derek Wong maintain this consistency in the second game and maybe take us to a third game, 3 meetings against Tommy Sugiyato? He's yet
play.
He took the game off him when they met first back in 2011. That was in Iran. But he's 12-10 up here and looking good.
Yeah.
12-10.
It's funny enough on the side where he's not supposed to be winning. But it seems to suit him quite well to have the drift with him, because he just basically keeps the net and then he hits hard. He attacks all the time, and that's confusing Tommy quite a bit. right. Of course, it's very, very, hard for your body and your stamina if you have to attack all the time. So it's just interesting to see if you can keep that pace up, Derek.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at styles of play, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure Tommy Sugiato's feeling it as well, considering he hasn't played a match like this for a while, but he does look rather more composed out on court, Derek, more all action. But,
yeah, and it's you use 3 times as much energy by being attacked than you do in just a clear or a defense. So, but if it's the only way, it's the only way, and you gotta stick to your plan, and it seems to be working quite well right now. So,
a nice slice of luck there as well.
There you saw a smart play by Tom. Instead of going for the flat one, he was lifting high to the backcourt, and then he played a mid-court shot, kind of neutral shot into the net that Derek tried to spin on, but it's so far away from the net, it's difficult for him. So he's trying to take the net away from there on the wrong right now. See there into the middle of the court. Oh.
Oh. Service over.
Right at the head of Tommy Sugiato. He's fine though.
14-13.
Trying to G himself up there, Derek Wong. He knows he's got a real opportunity here.
Those are the rallies that Derek needs to stay away from.
15.
It's going to drain him too much in energy. So he needs to finish them off before. You could see that Tommy was controlling that rally from start to the end.
Service over. 16-14.
Well, good test this for Tommy Sugiato, isn't it? Can he find another gear here in the closing stages of this second game?
Service over.
He needed that.
15-16. Oh. Service over, 17-16.
Close one.
Yeah.
Still no challenge.
No, I think, yeah, it was close, but the line judges have, I have to say, so far at least, they've got it right more often than not.
Yeah, an easy mistake.
16.
Not easy. He hits the Wong hits the tape. He confuses Tommy a little bit.
Service over.
Just giving himself a talking to here, Derek Wong needs to make the most of this opportunity. Yes, brilliantly put away.
Service over, 19-17.
Oh, watching the first game, you really couldn't see this coming. We saw signs of that kind of action from Derek Wong, but he really has stepped up his consistency level in this second game. And as a result, he's 2 points ahead and 2 points from taking it to a third. Well, 28 years Singapore have waited
19-17.
to be in this Thomas Cup. It really is a big deal, and well, Derek Wong may be able to give them a surprising start here. If he can level it up, well, third game, who knows? Opportunity short from Tommy Sugiarto, dispatched by Derek Wong, and it brings 3 game points for Singapore.
Just been very aggressive, Derek. Just takes the net whenever he has the chance and then goes for the kill.
And he's done it. Derek Wong, with a wonderful second game, has leveled things up.
1 game. Oh.
What a performance from the Singaporean. And the work cut out now for the world number 5. 21-17 to Derek Wong. Well, what a super game it's been, Jim. I mean, in some respect, looking forward to a third.
Yeah. You know, I really like the way that Derek is playing. He's very aggressive. He takes his chances. He takes the net and goes for the smash all the time. And you know, that's just you know, it's good to watch when you have aggressive players like that.
And in terms of the match now, I mean, you still think, you know, Sugiarto's favourite here, but Derek Wong.
No, well, I must say I'm changing my mind a little bit.
Really?
I don't think he's, you know, I think he's had tendencies to be too defensive, and if Derek continues this level of play and his aggressiveness, then.
But what about what you were referring to earlier, that, you know, this attacking style that Derek Wong has, maybe physically it might start to show in the latter stages?
It doesn't look like that now, but it could. It could, and then of course. But I agree with him in the way his coach and him has done this, because it's either that or he'll lose. He's really going for it, and it seems like they have a plan and they're sticking to it.
So the decider, first rubber between Indonesia and Singapore in
Final
Group
game.
A.
Love all. Play.
Can Derek Wong maintain this level of badminton? He won the first point in game 1, game 2, and he's done the same in game 3.
1 love. Service over.
Nah, he wasn't going to fall for that one again.
1.
And of course, Tommy now knows that his style is, that Derek's style is to try and keep the net at all costs, to get Tommy to lift it so he can smash. So of course he will go up and try and close the net now, take that advantage away from Derek.
Two, 1.
Well, some of the Indonesian fans have turned up. And he could do with their support as well, the way things are going. But it's been a good start to the third game for Tommy Sugiarto. Important start for him as well.
There you see, it's he played the last game at such a high level, Derek, that it's difficult for him to continue with that. In the second game we saw him hit those smashes down the line. Now it's in the middle of the net, so
well, Sugiarto's stung and he's responding.
Service over. 2, 5.
It's just long.
Service over.
Frustrating times for Derek
6,
Wong.
2.
Small margins, but Sugiarto with a good lead already established, although that one went through the racket.
3, 6.
kind of a wild smash.
Trying to cling into this point, isn't he? He's done well, Derek Wong. Oh, he's done very well.
4, 6.
Well, that was more like the badminton he was playing in the last game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some really good defensive work and then turning it over, getting on to the attack.
Tommy trying to go on and attack as well. I don't think it suits his game that much. Maybe a little bit of sign of panic.
Well, he had a good start, good lead, but it's been reduced to just 1 point now. Whoa, close
over.
again.
7-5.
Oh, good disguise shot.
Service over. 6-7.
Yeah, the eyes one way, the racket going the other.
Oh, he's really playing well, Wong.
7-all.
When it was 6-2 and 5-1, you thought, well, okay, but order's been restored, but no, back he comes again.
Service over. 8-7.
A few pensive looks among the Indonesian coaching team.
Yeah, and of course this is not good signs for Indonesia, because if they're to win this one, not this one, if they're to do well in this tournament and Tommy's to perform, then he's going to come up against players that's much better than Derek Wong. So this is worrying signs for Indonesia.
Oh, Derek wanted the shuttle changed. Umpire said no. Here we go.
No, Tommy's not. Doesn't want that changed.
His lucky shuttle.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-10.
Taking that wide.
9-10.
Yeah.
10.
Really taking his chances, Derek.
Yeah, 10-7 becomes 10-all again. Really ebbing and flowing this. And it's a very, very fragile lead, you have to say, for Tommy Sugiarto here in this opening men's singles match between Indonesia and Singapore. He does lead, does the world number 5, but it's one game all, 11-10 in the decider. Always seems to have been in front in this deciding game, Sugiarto, but every time you think he might be getting away, back comes Derek Wong.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, thank you. Players on court.
Well, 45 minutes so far, these two players have been on court, and it's been a really good watch, hasn't it? He'll be a little perturbed, and he'll be thinking, here's a chance.
11-10, play.
Yeah,
Well,
that might be a mistake, but that's what he's doing right now. He's attacking when he feels he has the chance, and it's been working so far. So he's just gonna have to live with. There's gonna be some easy mistakes in there.
Left.
And now Tommy's got a gap again. Now it's interesting to see if he can continue this or If Wang comes back up.
Service over. 11-13. Service over. 14-11. Tommy.
Solid defensive work there from Tommy Sugiyato. 4 points the lead now in this final game.
It looks like Jared Wang has run out of ideas now.
That was a tired-looking shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I think that rally before that, where we saw Tommy got his defense up and running and got it back, that I think that kind of took a little bit of. Oof, there you go.
Service over.
Yeah, every time he
12-16.
rides him off, back he comes, Derek Wong. But we shall see whether he's got it in him to come back from 16-11 in this final game.
It's over.
He doesn't look, the body language doesn't look like
12.
that he really believes it.
Well, he's given it everything, hasn't he? But he knows it's really back against the wall here, Derek Wong. Thought about leaving it. A bit of a decision there.
Oh. Great disguise. Oh, and he even breaks his string in that.
18,
Kill at the net.
12.
They're breathing it a little easier now, aren't they?
Yeah. But then still not, because again, they're here to win. And as I said, Tommy's gonna play players who are way better than Day One. Not taking anything away from Day, because he's played well today. But it is the likes of Chen Long, for example. He's gonna go up against Lee Cheng-wei or Jan Jørgensen from Denmark. That's a different type of players.
But we do have to bear in mind this is his first match back in 3 months.
Yeah.
2.5 months.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe this will help him as well. But
13-18.
Finishing line getting closer for Tommy Sugiyato here. Been hard work.
Service over. 14-19.
played.
15,
Kind of now or
19.
never really for Derek Wong, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been counting him out the whole match, so wouldn't surprise me if he came back up.
You've cursed him
Every
again.
time.
Service over.
Maybe I should.
20.
Sorry,
match
Singapore.
point.
I won't say anything.
It is match points for Tommy Sugiyate then in this opening men's singles tie. Oh, it's out. Challenge, it's a challenge, it's a challenge. Well, is that the winning point, or will it go Derek Wong's way? I actually thought, when I looked at it, that it was maybe dropping in, but...
Well, I'm gonna learn from yesterday. I thought it was in as well. Let's say it's out.
Okay. Is it game over? Is it game over? We are waiting for Hawkeye to give us the decision. It's out, and it is the match to Tommy Sugiyate.
So that's how it works. You just gotta go totally against your instincts.
Look at that, look how close it is. That doesn't get any closer without actually touching the line, does it?
Wow.
But it is a winning point
Match
for
won
Tommy
by
Sugiyate.
Indonesia.
What a good match as well.
21-11, 17-21, 21-15.
Really made to fight there, Tommy Sugiyate, given a little bit of a fright by Derek Wong, who really showed some terrific resistance throughout the 53 minutes on court. But in the end, the world number 5 came out on top. Indonesia off to a winning start, thanks to Tommy Sugiyate. So a terrific match from start to finish, really. Opening game was well, fairly comfortable, wasn't it, for Tommy Sugiyate, but certainly wasn't comfortable after that. Opening changes here. So the Indonesians striding ahead at 21-11. That's the kind of attacking style that saw Derek Wong find a way back into this match. World number 41 up against the world number 5 here. But there wasn't much between them out on the court. Game more, you weren't sure which way this was going to go, and even though Sugiyate established a good lead in that decisive game, still back came Derek Wong at him, and still it was a match in the balance. But he wasn't always on his knees, Sugiyate, and in the end Derek Wong's resistance was broken. It was down to Hawkeye in the end to decide things. But a win nonetheless for Sugiyate. And, well, will it be just a good test for him in the opening match of this Thomas Cup? So Indonesia 1, Singapore 0. First men's singles completed, and a really good start to this clash, and it's the world #1 pair of Muhammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan up against Danny Krishnanta and Chayat Triachart next in the men's doubles. So here come the players. The pair of Muhammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan, the world champions, leading them out. Up against the Singapore pair who have had a little bit of joy of their own in recent months. Danny Krishnanta all smiles, looks as if he's relaxed heading out on court. Of course, Danny Krishnanta originally from Indonesia, so it was always going to be a big match, this one for him.
Yeah.
But tough task ahead of them, and we were talking about this match actually on the way in this morning. You're not expecting too many big rallies in this match.
No, it's as the way Setiawan and Hassan plays is service situation. They're just second to none at the minute, and they've been for the last 1.5 years to 2 years. They're
Blue?
just
Red. Red?
and especially in the drift, in hall with drift,
Yeah.
they're just impossible to play against.
Blue?
You'll never get,
Service,
you know,
blue serve?
comfortable